Hi, everybody. It's Vanessa here at Proximal 50. I'm ready to get started. If I could just get somebody to chat, they can hear me okay, that would be great. I know that we had some issues last week with being able to hear. All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, I want to get started. So I am Vanessa Lennox, registered licensed dietitian nutritionist here at Proximal 50, and today we're going to talk about detoxes and cleanses and the real way and the right way. So I hope that you guys take some notes or write down some questions as we chat, and I'll answer the questions as we go. Okay, so just make sure that you're muted, so there's no background noise or anything like that. I am recording this, so if you get interrupted or want to watch later on, it will be posted on our Facebook event page, and it'll also be posted on our website to rewatch, okay? So the air we breathe is polluted, the water we drink is unclean, the food we eat is processed, and unfortunately exposure is just impossible to avoid with toxins. Our lifestyles are mainly sedentary in respect to exercise, but yet our life is so fast-paced. Our body's cells are not receiving adequate oxygen, vitamins, minerals, enzymes that need to drive our metabolism. So our organs of detoxification and excretion, because detox is, cleaning out, and excretion is getting all those toxins out of our body. They're overwhelmed. So our bodies are overloaded with waste products and toxins, and which render us or make us vulnerable to all sorts of bacteria, viruses, infections, pollutants, chemical sensitivities, and a big one, allergies. That's more common now than ever. So this creates havoc on our metabolism, and it produces chronic inflammation in our bodies. And if anybody's been watching any football news lately, in the anti-inflammatory diet is kind of just been in discussion. So fortunately, our bodies were built to survive. So our bodies possess this regulatory mechanism that's self-healing. It really helps our body clean ourselves out. So we're capable of eliminating all of these toxic substances. But the body does not have ways but the body has ways of showing up buildup of toxins. So if you want to write these down, if you know anybody with fatigue, digestive disorders, mental fogginess, allergic tendencies, chronic inflammation, and I guess, most importantly, when people think of detox, weight loss, it actually, most importantly, weight gain. So that is a symptom of toxin buildup. While we can support the body's natural detoxification process, these rigorous cleansing programs and rapid detoxification methods should really be avoided, and we'll talk about why. So the liver is the largest internal organ that we have, and it's the principal organ for detoxification. It's the primary defense against toxins that enter our bloodstream. So the liver detoxification may be inhibited, which means kind of lacking, because of nutrient deficiency, vitamins, mineral deficiency, but there's also some inhibitors that means that they kind of affect the liver detoxification in a bad way. So age affects your liver detoxification. If you take antidepressants, antihistamines, H2 blockers, if you have an intestinal imbalance, that affects it. Hydrogenated fats affect it, iron overload affects it, and oral contraceptives actually affect it as well. So the environmental pollutions, infections, pesticides, eating the wrong foods, smoking, radiation, and even sunlight are some of things that cause free radicals or toxins in our body, free radical formation. And these free radical formations, free radicals destruction is normally held in balance. We usually can control it in our bodies by antioxidants. And for this reason, the cells in the liver require continuous supply of antioxidant nutrients to neutralize the potential damaging free radicals. Even insufficient bacteria in the gut and we'll talk about the gut in our next, I think it's the next one or the next one after that. Our low fiber diet can contribute with helping the binding and the elimination of things like estrogen. You don't want that flowing around in your body, or any food additives, which we know that there's tons. Another thing that helps with detoxification in our body is bile. It plays a significant role in the detoxification process. That's a long detoxification. Most bile salts are reabsorbed and carried back to the liver. So bile helps digestion of fat. And with these remaining bile, the remaining bile is carried to the large intestine, where it's bounded by fiber and excreted in feces. You guys are going to hear me say fiber a lot. It's really important. A diet lacking in fiber will promote the stagnation, or, so this bile is just kind of sitting around or these toxins are kind of sitting around. And so the reabsorption of them, the toxic compounds from the bile. So this in the bile, it'll reabsorb these toxic compounds and it won't get excreted through their feces. So this actually contributes to, if anybody's heard of the leaky gut syndrome, that is another kind of like an overload of toxins symptoms that I've read a lot about. So although the liver is the most critical pathway for detoxification, it couldn't be functional optimally without the support. So it couldn't function properly without the support of the kidneys, lungs, skin, lymph system, and intestines. And together these organs remove waste, and they take about 1/3 of the detoxification capacity of the liver. So the liver does a big job, and then the combination of these other organs do about 1/3. They have an important job in metabolizing and excreting toxins that bypass the liver. The kidney's primary function is to filter and excrete metabolic waste from the blood, and the skin contains many detoxification enzymes. I thought this was so interesting. So if you have like a chronic skin problem or conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, it's more than likely that your detoxification process is impaired. So if the kidneys and liver are not eliminating these toxins, your body's trying to push them through your skin. So that's been shown in many studies. So very interesting, very interesting. The compounds of sweat. Our compound of sweat is actually found to have a wide variety of chemicals in it from the environment. So your solvents, your pesticides, your fertilizers. And in fact, low temperature infrared saunas are recommended by some environmental health practitioners because of their ability for your skin to gently and slowly sweat out these toxins. Exercise would be another good thing to do to get rid of those toxins. So, and then with our lungs, during the process of breathing, carbon dioxide and other gases diffuse from the blood into the lungs. So these gases are released into the air during exhalation. The lungs also could contain detoxification enzymes and antioxidant enzymes. So it's important that our free radical, so they have important free radical scavengers. There's more than 600 lymph nodes in the body. 600, isn't that crazy? So they're mostly found in your neck, your groin, your armpits, and your abdomen. And these lymph nodes contain immune system scavenger cells. I like that explanation. So these lymph nodes contain immune system scavenger cells. So they engulf and destroy any foreign or toxic particles. Lymph nodes also contain antibodies that protect the body from future viruses, bacteria, yeast, and other organisms. So I'm just kind of going through these detoxification processes of the body, so we kind of have a little bit better understanding. And according, this is just crazy. This is just blows my mind. According to the EPA, there's approximately 87,000 chemicals in use today. So, and these can be found in cleaning agents, fuels, cosmetics, building materials, toys, packaging, and so on. There's been no other generation before ours that has been exposed to so many man-made chemicals and toxins, substances as we are today. And you think about our current state of autoimmune conditions, tons out there, autoimmune conditions, autism, fertility issues, cancers. There's got to be a correlation some way. So educating yourself on what type of products you're using in your house, what products your food is contained in, and really going back to the basics and keeping a close eye on the ingredients on those foods and those types of things is a way to really educate and kind of clean up your area of toxins. Some, it's totally impossible to avoid. So we just need to make sure that our bodies are functioning properly and able to excrete all of those toxins. So despite the popularity of these detox diets, there's been little scientific evidence that they're actually remove toxins or improve health or induce permanent, and I want to emphasize permanent weight loss. There are some good diet recommendations with these detoxes, such as increasing your fruits and vegetables, focusing on whole grains, and eating lean proteins sources. And these detox diets for weight loss are popular with consumers or with all of us, because they typically are easy to follow. They give you strict guidance, and you follow them specific foods to avoid or to eat. And but this differs substantially from guidelines for healthy eating and exercise, which when you think of healthy eating and exercise, it is like this person says to do this and this person says to do that. It gets overwhelming and you don't even know who to trust or where to go for good advice. So following those detox diets, it isn't easy, but on the other hand, they're very restrictive, expensive to follow, and they're generally not sustainable. And usually when you do lose weight with them, it's not a healthy weight loss. So more than likely you will gain it back plus more. So you really have to think about, why are you detoxing? I know it's so enticing seeing promote a 5-day fix, feel better quick when you're desperate for change. But in reality, we need to take a pace much slower. It's every day. You're detoxing. Our body detoxes every day. And what we put in our mouth and what we surround ourselves will help support that detoxification. We can focus on nourishing with real food and implement new behaviors and lifestyle changes that work for your body. So with that work for your body, I really encourage you guys, if you're thinking you're having issues with toxins, or you're just having issues with weight loss or making good food choices, I really, really recommend you guys come in and see me, because I will take where you are at, and I will build from there and give you recommendations that are maintainable, and also maybe some recommendations with supplements, those types of things, to really help your detoxification and your body function more properly. I'm a little nervous. Okay, so what can we do? What can we do to make our bodies function more properly? All we can do in supporting our bodies is already does so, because our bodies already detox so well every single day through our liver, kidneys, digestive system, blood, and basically every cell in our body. So let's get back to the basics. Let's eat real food. I'm saying fruits and vegetables every day. Let's do 5 to 7 a day, and think of color. Think greens, reds, your kale, your spinach, reds, your cherries, purples, your beets and blue, your blueberries, those types of things. High antioxidants, awesome food. Our blood lymphatic system and all of our cells are involved in our immune system, and it makes it vital for us to have nutrients in our diet that support our immune system. So I'm saying like zinc and vitamin A and C and all of these antioxidants to help support our blood lymphatic system. And having enough fiber helps our body eliminate substance. Just think like fiber is it's like this big ball of glue that all these toxins stick to, and then you just push it out. Or urine also, that's another way for toxins to get out of your body. So this fiber is so important. It helps our body eliminate substances and it helps our body maintain like a healthy inner ecosystem when you think of your tummy. That keeps us regular, and it reduces bad bacteria and yeast. Eliminating those sugars, and I'm not saying like starch, carbohydrate, I mean like those simple sugars, the candy, the potato, those chips, and those artificially sweetened foods. Limit your red meats to once a week. And the reason why we say that is because we want you to keep your saturated fat low. Consume mostly good fats, because studies have shown that when you consume or ingest omega-3 essential fatty acids, it leads, I have to read this verbatim here, it leads to an activation of genes that burn fat and a slowing of genes that make fat. So omega-3 essential fatty acids leads to the activation of genes that burn fat and a slowing of genes that make fat. Eliminate your caffeine, your alcohol, your junk food. Oh, I see some chats. Okay, I have some support on there. Thank you, Proximal 50. Okay, so eliminate your caffeine and alcohol and your junk food. Only eat complex carbs. A lot of recommendations, half, whole grain. Only eat complex carbs. That will help you right there eliminate those simple carbs. That means your quinoa, your bulgur, your farro, your brown rice, your wild rice. Add a little flaxseed to your diet. It's great stuff. And if you do need to supplement with protein powder, use whey or rice protein. Okay, adequate hydration. Super important for detox. Our kidneys are incredibly efficient at filtering water, waste, and toxins in our system and out of our body. So kidneys are incredibly efficient. So we need to give our kidneys that adequate hydration. And just an FYI, a lot of people say, oh, if I eat healthy, I feel crappy. I don't know if you've heard that before, but I have. And you might feel lightheaded, you might feel mentally foggy, you might have a headache or a rash, and straight up, these are indications that the toxins are being flushed out of your body. So don't be afraid of those. This is some of you might not think this is a right way to detox, but our brain is so important. So deep breathing, meditation exercises, also breathing in like aromatherapy, like some essential oils, lavender or eucalyptus. It's that for that instant chill or relax. It helps us reset emotionally and mentally, because what stress does, it puts us in that flight or flight, and it produces cortisol, which just messes with all of our other hormone production. So really figuring out how to deal with stress. Emotional and mentally, since our body needs adequate oxygen to function at its best. So that means with those deep breaths, you are getting that adequate oxygen to function at its best. Dry brushing. I've never really heard of this until I started doing more research for this webinar, and it's so interesting. So the lymphatic system is a big part of our detoxification and our defense and our immune response. So dry brushing or massage, yoga, general exercise is a great way to help against fighting infection. Check it out. Research dry brushing. It's really interesting. Your heart and mind, positivity, mindfulness. I talk about mindfulness a lot. Love. Today is official love day. February is my favorite month. But official love day. So you love those around you, but you need to love yourself. Big thing. So laughter, joy, good vibes, surround yourself with great people. They make us feel better and improve our quality of life. Mood and stress, like I said, stress, have an immense bearing on our overall biochemistry. And last but not least, Proximal 50. We are your alternative to these detoxes out there. Let us help you shed some light on how enjoyable resetting and recalibrating your lifestyle can be. Let us shed some light on how enjoyable it can be to reset and recalibrate your lifestyle. We have a great team of professionals here, and we meet you where you need to be at, and we take it a day at a time. But most of all, we empower you, and we are your greatest cheerleaders. So that is my info on Detox. Now, please shoot me questions if you guys have some. I have our nurse Sarah on too. If I can't answer you the question, she is here for it as well. I hope everybody could hear me okay. I just saw this message that it's cutting out. Are there any questions? Now is your time. Ask away. And Sarah, if you think that I missed anything, please chime in if you want. All right, well, if there's no questions, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today, and have a great love day.